So hi guys, I just wanted to make a video about the 10 signs of depression because depression is something that's affected me personally. I got diagnosed 6 months ago and I just really wanted to spread awareness about this because it's really an important topic to talk about. And I think if you're not diagnosed with depression, it would be nice to look at these signs, and if it ever relates to you, hopefully you can seek a psychiatrist to get diagnosed and get treated immediately. So yeah, the 10 signs of depression. Number 1 is feeling tired. Fatigue is something that I experienced a lot while having depression. It's not just tired or being lazy. When you're fatigued, when you're tired, it's like you just don't have energy to do anything. You're fully rested, but you just don't have the energy to do anything, and it really affects your productivity. It affects everything in your life. Number 2 is losing interest in things that you used to like. This for me hits close to home because for 10 years of my life, I loved singing. I loved theater, I loved acting, and when I had depression, it was like I just wasn't motivated anymore. I didn't sing, I didn't act. For some reason, I just couldn't go to auditions, and it's something that affected me really greatly because I used to love those things, and out of nowhere, I just didn't want to. Number 3 is sleeping too much or sleeping too little. It's either you have insomnia, or you sleep more than you used to, or you just feel sleepy all the time or restless all the time. Number 4 is connected to this. It's either you eat too much or you eat too little, and personally I ate too much, or I still eat too much. You know, food is life, man. But yeah, I mean, food makes me happy and makes a lot of people happy, and I think that's why most people eat too much when they're depressed. So number 5 is difficulty in focusing. Either you're having a difficulty studying, or you have a difficulty in going to work. It kills productivity. It's really hard to go, about your day-to-day work, day-to-day lives. And it's really hard to, explain to people why, you can't do things, you can't work, you can't study, and it's really hard to explain. People just think that, oh, you're just lazy and everything. No, that's not true. When you have depression, it affects most of your life. You can't function like a normal human being. So number 6 is difficulty in socializing, and this one is really important because I'm an extrovert. I love going with people. I love going out. I love being with my friends. But once I had depression, it was like I had an energy bar, and it just kept going, just decreasing as I hung out with people. And it was something that I was, I thought about. I was like, why am I tired? Why do I want to isolate myself? Why do I just want to be by myself? You just want to isolate yourself. You want to be alone. You want to just think by yourself. Number 7 is depression for months. I mean, obviously, when you're depressed, you feel sad, but it's different from normal sadness because, normal sadness, you got ups and downs, in your life. But when you're depressed, you just have downs, it's never an up for you. When you're depressed for months, weeks, even years. And if you find yourself being sad for more than 2 weeks, I recommend you to seek a psychiatrist and get diagnosed immediately. Number 8 is physical symptoms like headaches, nausea, pins and needles. There's one thing about depression which separates it from normal sadness is the biological symptoms you get. For me personally, I have headaches, and not just normal migraine headaches, but these waves of just heaviness in your head. And usually meds help with that. So if you're comfortable with taking meds, I recommend you guys, after you get diagnosed, you go to a psychiatrist and they prescribe you meds, and it usually helps with that. So ninth is irritability or anger, and this one is pretty much self-explanatory. You're impatient, or you get angry easily, or you lash out to people. The tenth and most important thing is feeling of hopelessness, and this is one of the big symptoms of depression, is when you feel like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. There is no hope. There's no hope for happiness. There isn't anything. And for me, that's one of the reasons why people commit suicide, is because they think that it doesn't get better. They think that you're just gonna be sad forever, and that there's pain, and the pain won't ever end. And personally, that's something that I've felt, and it's something that, I just think about it every day. It's like, when is this battle gonna end? Is it ever gonna end? And I think once you feel that, I really recommend getting help immediately. One of the only ways that you can stop that is if you get help, and I think there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It really does get better if you seek help, and I think that's one of the things that I really, really want to stress in this video, is that there is a way out, and the way out of it is to seek help, get medicated, because this is a real illness. It's something treatable, and people should really treat it as an actual illness, because it is an illness, and people should stop blaming the victims of this illness, because they can't help it. It's an imbalance of the brain, and you should really treat it as an actual illness and get treated immediately. So one of the things I really want to point out before I end this video is that there are 3.3 million Filipinos that have depression, and there are only 700 psychiatrists in the Philippines. And that's crazy. That's insane to think about. The ratio between doctors and patients is just crazy, and that's one of the reasons why it's so hard to treat depression. It's because it's really hard to get a psych, to get treated, to get meds, to get diagnosed. So I think the first step is to actually think about depression as an actual illness. I think everyone should be aware that it's not the patient's fault, it's not the victim's fault, it's nobody's fault actually. It's a chemical imbalance, something that people don't really think about, people don't put importance to. And the first step is awareness, I think, and 80% of people don't even seek help when they have depression, and it really is. It's a fatal illness. A lot of people die from this, and I think the best way is to seek help. So I hope that whoever's watching this, I hope that you do seek help. I hope that it gets better. I hope it's an illness, it's not your fault, and I hope that one day you'll feel better. You get treated, you get better, and live life. I just want to end this video with a note saying that it does get better. I know everyone says it, but it's true. Once you get treated, once you have the right medication, it does get better. So thank you for listening to me, and goodbye.